Hello and welcome to today's webinar, Streamlining Complex Migrations to Box. We're going to have a deep dive into Migration Center's capabilities. Before we start the webinar, some housekeeping. First of all, you're muted during the complete session. Feel free to put any questions into the question box of GoToWebinar panel. At the end, you will also get the email address so you can send us the questions directly. The webinar is being recorded and sent to webinar registrants after the processing. So today's speaker is myself, Frederick Olsen, Senior Business Development Manager at FMG for last 11 years, responsible for sales and partner management throughout the world. And with me today, I have Mike Uhlenberg, Senior Migration Center Consultant, and he will take you through the live demo and also to take the Migration Center technical architecture. First of all, one slide about us. FME was founded in 1995, and we grow over the years all around the enterprise content management. Today, we have reached 280 employees, and we have a global presence. With the headquarters in Brunswick, which you see on the picture here. We also have offices in US, in Romania, and now latest we open up in India as well. So we can provide our customers and partners with a 24-hour support and professional services. The Migration Center, a project we actually brought like 20 years ago, we are leaving the scripting behind us. With Migration Center, we provide our customers and partners with the migration software for complex multi-system migrations directly out of the box. And with this, we can provide a fast, secure, and for sure a cost-saving migration. After more than 1,900 projects, 19 years on the market, we have received a lot of feedback from our large customer base, why they choose Migration Center. But it was the only tool that provide very large numbers of out-of-the-box migration paths, no more development, just configurations. Migration Center is quick to learn, and with the new brand new user interface that we have, Migration Center has become even easier to use as well. And with our training package, you'll be up and running within a few days. And not to forget, one of our most asked features of Migration Center is the Delta migration. No business downtime. The end user can continue work during the whole migration. And all this results in a significant saving in cost, duration of your migration projects. Our advantage with the box migrations is we have a long-standing box partner alliances. Actually, it started in 2012. And right now we have multiple migration initiatives in progress. We also have a comprehensive and feature-rich box importer tailored for the Box Cloud platform. We also have extensive global project experience across various industries. Like I said before, we had a lot of out-of-the-box source connectors that we can migrate from. So, and you see them on the left-hand side. And if you don't find your system there, we have also generic solutions as well, which is a file share scanner. We also have a database scanner. And if you like, we do that a couple of times a year. We even have a custom system that we can develop. In a week or two, we are up and running with that one as well. And now over to Mike to take a little bit more technical architecture.
Yeah, thank you very much, Frederick. Right, about the architecture. So the Migration Center is built out of 3 components. It utilizes a client. So there's one or many clients to configure the whole migration. Then we have one central database, which could be Oracle or PostgreSQL. So the database is basically the central unit for storing all the configuration, but also the extracted metadata and information, and also capable of doing the audit trail mechanics and so on. And then we have the job server, which is not visible here. Like the job server is including the scanners. It's a service which can be installed also many times, and the connection to the corresponding source and target platform will be done through the connectors with the job server. Yeah, everything is handled by one client. And as you see, we have many systems, so you will see that they are handled, let's say, with the client more or less the same way. And all these systems are going to our going to Box. So we support all the systems or connectors we have for the migration to the Box platform. Yeah, scalability is, I mean, a big feature in Migration Center. We are very keen of delivering the highest performance possible doing migrations, because it's most of the times the first questions which arose in our projects. So as I told you, the job servers are the scalable unit in Migration Center. So they are really the power horses in the system. They do the extraction from the source system into Migration Center, and then basically the extraction from Migration Center into the target systems. So one job server can be used in a simple project for some thousand or even million of files. But if you really need to tune up or speed up the migration speed, then you can install as many job servers as you want. So at the end of the day, the bottleneck will be one of the corresponding systems we are migrating from or to. Yeah, Migration Center Box features. So we supporting our target systems, let's say, with wide variety of features. So we are keen on adding new features from time to time, of course. So for now, at the moment, the Box importer supports documents and folders with custom metadata each. We fully support the Delta migration. So that means the business downtime is basically zero. So we can update and import new document according to changes in the source system. And for special features, let's say we also support templates, metadata. You can add collaborators, text and tasks, comments, and even we support the checksum comparison. So that means we can fully secure that the documents were migrated 100% successfully without tamper in between. Yeah, we basically divided our process or the process of a migration into these 6 phases. They are also visible in the client more or less. So, I mean, it's obvious we go from extract to import. And in the Migration Center, you see some steps in between for your convenience. So first we extract the data from the system into Migration Center, as I said, and then there comes the organizing phase, where you can really organize the migration as you need. You can tailor it down to mix sets. We call it mix sets, migration sets, which is a unit of documents which have something in common. For example, it could be any attributes or source information, or it can simply be the time you want to process the mix set. So you can easily group very flexible your documents into sets. Then a set has transformation rules, and transformation rules in Migration Center means the transform the attributes and values. So you can imagine if we come from very different source systems to a target system, we need to tailor the object type definitions and metadata down to the target system. So it includes also the attribute mapping. And if you need to change any values or merge or create new information, you can do that with the transformation engine. So you do that basically in 3, 4, and 5 in the phases until you have your desired data. Also, a validation is a big process in Migration Center. So validation means the attributes, the newly transformed attribute values will be validated against the target system. So if you have configured things in Box, you can make sure that that the transformed data will fit into the Box system at this point already. So you don't need to do an import and try and error approach. You can basically click a button in Migration Center and see this data will fit into the target system. Yeah, and finally we do the import. So the import is, of course, importing the documents from Migration Center with a new object type definition. And after the import, if there's any error, it will be catched by Migration Center as well. So you can make sure that the successfully imported documents stay in the target system. Only the error documents would be caught in Migration Center, and you can do the error handling afterwards easily, set by set and step by step. Right. So now I want to show you a little demo. So now you are seeing our demo system. So where we have installed Migration Center, and we now migrate some files from the file share to a Box, to our Box demo platform. So yeah, we will scan these folders here with Migration Center, then do a simple transformation and then import the files. So let's not this one. Let's open the Migration Center client. So this is a new web client in case you haven't seen it yet. It has the same and even more functionality than our old client. So the old client will be discontinued soon. Okay, here Migration Center, we see let's focus on these three things. So we have scanners, which is basically the extraction. Then we have mix sets or migration sets, and then we have the importers. So we're going ahead and use one pre-configured scanner. So these are all scanner configuration, and we want to scan our file share. So I open the scanner configuration for this one, and you see the path here. It's customer projects, and you can even set different parameter corresponding to the source platform. So in this case, we just want to use this one, and we click on save and run, enter job description if you like, and then the scanner is now, or the Migration Center client is now telling the job server to do the scan from the file share. So you see the status is running, and we have 60 or even 800 objects processed. So that means those objects are now in Migration Center. The metadata is stored in the database, and we can now go on and process those in a mix set. For some system, not the file system, but for other systems, you can now shut down the system, so to speak, because we have all the data we need. Right, migration sets is also a set of configurations. So you can, or you will have many or different migration sets because, for example, each migration set can have individual transformation rules for each task or target folder or target system, So to configure one mix set, I will show you quickly. You basically give it a name and then you choose the corresponding path, right? So if you have different or several systems purchased, so you can go from wherever, from each connector we have to another connector we have. So in our case, it will be file system to box documents, but you can also have a file system folders to box folders. Right, let me go back to the pre-configured one. So we have this file system to box. So we have this path, and now we will add our scanner here. So we see 800 documents from our scan, and we will add it to the mix set, lock the object to that mix sets. So that means those objects cannot be processed again or in another mix set. So not to process them twice, for example. Right. So, and now we go into the transformation rules. So this is basically the mapping, and we won't go too much into detail, but I show you a little bit. So over here we have some attributes which is more or less custom, and one attribute is filled with functions, right? So these are the functions you can use, and once the function is added, this will be the value of the attribute. You can also have different functions or several functions which refer to each other if you have more complex rules, but in this case we will just use the get value functions to add a webinar value here. Right, down here we have the system attributes, where we have the attributes which box needs to create a document. So this is file name, folder path, the content location from the file share, and the target type. So this is box document. So those have to be filled that the box importer understands what to do. Okay, once they basically entered, we can click on transform to transform the attributes, and now we see back in the overview, we see the documents getting transformed and validated at the same time, and now they are ready for an import. So here I also have a pre-configured importer, which takes very few parameters because we use the app authentication for Box. We have a JSON file, the user ID we want to use, threads per user, and a basic import location. In this case, we want to auto-create the folders and do not want to create folders with metadata. So I can save and run this importer. when I have selected the mix set. So let's go and select that mix set first. I forgot that. And then save and run. Give it a description. And now it's starting to import the files into Box, and maybe we can have a look into Box. So this is our Box demo system. So we created a webinar folder, and in there we should see our customer projects folder and several subfolders then, and the documents inside. Right, so that's for the demo. I give back to Frederick.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. Our licenses model, an overview of this is it's very straightforward, very easy to calculate for the customer and for your projects. Migration Center consists of two parts when it comes to this. We have the Migration Center core, which is where you have the user access and you have the database and so on. And to each path that you need, in this case, we had file system to box. You have a price for each of those paths. And that's it. You can then choose between a perpetual license if you think that the project will go on for more than 2 years. If it's a shorter project, you can do a project license, which is then limited to 12 months. In this, it's included unlimited numbers of documents and objects. It's unlimited numbers of job servers, so you can scale up and be very fast if you need. And you had unlimited numbers of users that can use Migration Center during this time. So again, it's very straightforward and easy to calculate. So there's no small texts to be read or something like that. It's easy and straightforward, and that is of course great when you talk to customers or yourself need to calculate this into your project. Of course, we support our customers and partners with migration services. We do everything from analysis and planning in the beginning. We can also do installation configuration. We can also do training. We can do on-site and remote training for this. We can also do connected development, which I talked about. And we can also do a proof of concept. For sure, if it's a project is a bit bigger, you can ask us for the proof of concept. We have a good pricing ranging from a few dollars up now down to zero, depending how big the project is. But ask us is from case to case, but proof of concept is always good to see that this works in your environment and that you see it, all the functionalities are there that you need. And this is a great opportunity as well. So whatever you need, please ask us. We can support you in every case for sure. If you want more information about Migration Center, we have our website and social media. On our website, you see all our connectors that we have. You have a lot of success stories and case studies. You have a matrix of all the paths that we have and all the connectors that we have. So you can find a lot of information under migration-center.com. If you have any questions, either you put it here in the GoToMeeting box or you send me an email on info@migration-center.com and be happy to follow up afterwards if you have any specific questions on this. And by saying this was a short introduction to Migration Center. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any further questions, like I said, reach out to us. We can also set up a one-on-one meeting with your partners and with your customers. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.